Your car's fanciest features? They're silently bankrupting you. That panoramic sunroof flooding your interior, the transmission that grenades itself at 90,000 miles, the door handle that won't even let you in your car. Today, I'm exposing 13 so-called premium features that car manufacturers know will fail, but sold you anyway. Number 7 has cost owners over $4,000, and it's in millions of cars right now. Let's get into it. Feature 1. Dual clutch transmissions. Let's kick this off with one of the automotive industry's biggest lies, the dual clutch transmission. Car manufacturers promised you lightning-fast shifts, sports car performance, and better fuel economy than a traditional automatic. What they delivered was one of the most expensive nightmares in modern automotive history. Here's how they get you. Dual-clutch transmissions use 2 separate clutches and incredibly complex mechatronics to pre-select gears. Sounds brilliant in theory, right? In practice, these things are ticking time bombs. Ford's power shift transmission became so notorious that they faced class action lawsuits. Owners reported violent shuddering, hesitation, and complete failure, often before 100,000 miles. Volkswagen and Audi's DSG transmissions in certain model years? Same story. The problem is fundamental. These transmissions generate massive heat in stop-and-go traffic, which they weren't designed to handle. The clutch packs wear out, the mechatronic unit fails, and suddenly you're looking at a repair bill between $2,500 and $4,000. And here's the kicker. Many of these failures happen just outside the warranty period. Coincidence? I'll let you decide. A traditional automatic transmission can easily last 200,000 miles with basic maintenance. These DCTs? You're lucky to see 120,000. The fuel economy savings they promised? Completely erased by one major repair. Feature 2. Panoramic sunroofs. Nothing says luxury like a massive panoramic sunroof, right? Wrong. What you've actually bought is a rolling water damage lawsuit waiting to happen. Let me explain why these things are automotive cancer. Every panoramic sunroof has drain tubes in each corner designed to channel water away from the cabin. Sounds simple enough, but here's what they don't tell you. These drain tubes clog constantly. Leaves, dirt, debris, even pollen can block them completely. When those drains clog, the water has nowhere to go. So it goes exactly where you don't want it, directly into your headliner, down your pillars, into your electronics, and all over your carpet. I'm talking thousands of dollars in water damage from a simple clogged drain. But wait, there's more. The seals around these massive glass panels deteriorate over time. They leak. The motors that open and close them fail, costing $800 to $1,500 to replace. And if you actually break that giant piece of glass, you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 for replacement. Here's the physics problem nobody mentions. That massive glass panel adds significant weight to the highest point of your car. This raises your center of gravity and negatively impacts handling. So you've literally made your car handle worse, added multiple failure points, and created a perpetual maintenance headache. All for a feature you'll use maybe 5 times a year. Feature 3. Electronic parking brakes. Remember when parking brakes were simple? You pulled a lever, it engaged. You released it, you drove away. Those days are dead, and electronic parking brakes killed them. Automakers claim these are better because they save interior space and automatically engage for safety. What they really are is another opportunity to turn a bulletproof mechanical system into an expensive electronic failure point. Here's the problem. When an electronic parking brake fails, you're stuck. I mean literally stuck. These systems use electric motors and complex modules to engage your rear brakes. When that module fails, and it will, you can't manually release it. Your car becomes a paperweight until a tow truck arrives. The repair costs are insane. A failed EPB module can run anywhere from $500 to $1,500. Compare that to a mechanical parking brake cable that costs maybe $50 and lasts the entire life of the vehicle. But the real danger is this. These systems are controlled by software. Software glitches. I've seen cases where the parking brake engages while driving. I've seen cases where it won't engage at all and the car rolls away. Meanwhile, your old mechanical handbrake? It worked in 1985, and if properly maintained, it would still work today in 2025. There's something to be said for simplicity. This isn't progress. It's planned obsolescence wrapped in a technology package. Feature 4. Cylinder Deactivation Systems. Cylinder deactivation sounds like genius engineering. Your V8 engine shuts off half its cylinders when you don't need the power, saving fuel. Beautiful concept. Catastrophic execution. GM's active fuel management, now called dynamic fuel management, is the poster child for this disaster. Chrysler's MDS system isn't far behind. These systems are grenading engines at an alarming rate, and the repair bills are absolutely devastating. Here's what happens. When cylinders deactivate, they stop receiving fuel, but they're still moving. This creates a unique environment where oil consumption skyrockets and carbon deposits build up on the deactivated cylinders. The lifters that control this system? They fail constantly. When these lifters fail, you get a distinctive ticking noise. Ignore it and you're looking at complete engine failure. Address it and you're still looking at $4,000 to $8,000 in repairs. Some owners have reported needing complete engine rebuilds before 100,000 miles. Let me put this in perspective. The fuel savings from cylinder deactivation might get you an extra 1 or 2 miles per gallon in real-world driving. Over 100,000 miles, that's maybe $600 in fuel savings. One engine repair completely wipes out a lifetime of fuel savings and then some. The math doesn't math. This technology creates more problems than it solves, and it's a perfect example of over-engineering for marginal gains. Feature 5. Start-stop systems. Start-stop systems are everywhere now. Your engine shuts off at every red light to save fuel and reduce emissions. The EPA loves them. Engineers love them. Your wallet? Not so much. Here's the fundamental problem. Traditional car starters and batteries weren't designed for this kind of abuse. A normal car might start 500 times per year. A car with start-stop? Try 2,000 to 3,000 starts per year or more in city driving. The starter motor wears out faster. These enhanced starters cost significantly more to replace than traditional ones. The AGM batteries required for these systems cost $300 to $400 compared to $150 for a standard battery. And they fail more frequently because of the constant cycling. But here's what really gets me. The engine mounts. Every time your engine stops and restarts, there's vibration and stress on the motor mounts. These wear out faster, leading to excessive engine movement and that lovely clunking sound when you accelerate. And after all this accelerated wear and increased maintenance costs, what do you save? Maybe half a gallon per tank in city driving? We're talking $30 or $40 a year in fuel savings. One failed starter motor, and you're in the hole for the next decade. Notice how the first thing most owners do is disable this system every single time they start their car? There's a reason for that. When customers unanimously hate a feature, maybe it's not actually a feature. Feature 6. Touchscreen climate controls. Tesla started this trend, and now everyone's doing it. Physical buttons are out. Everything goes through a touchscreen. And it's one of the dumbest safety and reliability compromises in modern automotive history. Let's start with the safety issue. Adjusting your climate control used to be simple. You reached down, felt for a knob, and turned it. Eyes never left the road. Now, you have to look at a screen, navigate through menus, and hope you hit the right spot while doing 70 on the highway. It's distracted driving baked into the vehicle design. But the reliability issues are even worse. These screens fail, and when they fail catastrophically. On many modern vehicles, your climate control, your backup camera, even your safety settings are all integrated into that one screen. I've seen Tesla Model S screens fail and cost $1,500 to $2,500 to replace. Ram trucks with a 12-inch Uconnect screen? Same story. When that screen dies, you lose functionality of basic vehicle systems, not accessories, basic systems you need to operate the vehicle safely. Here's the long-term nightmare. In 10 or 15 years, these screens will be obsolete. The software won't update anymore. Replacement parts won't be available. Your car becomes functionally undrivable because a screen died. A physical button and dial setup? That works for 30 years. This is designed obsolescence at its finest, and you're paying premium prices for the privilege of your car having an expiration date. Feature 7. CVT Transmissions. Continuously variable transmissions are the automotive equivalent of a beautiful lie. They promise smooth, seamless acceleration and optimal fuel economy. What they deliver is one of the highest failure rates of any modern powertrain component. Here's how they work. Instead of fixed gears, CVTs use a belt or chain running between two pulleys that continuously vary their diameter. No gear changes, just smooth power delivery. Sounds amazing, right? It is, until it isn't. Nissan has made CVTs their signature transmission, and it's absolutely destroyed their reputation for reliability. Owners report failures between 80,000 and 150,000 miles with disturbing regularity. We're talking complete transmission replacement at $4,000 to $7,000. The fundamental problem is heat. CVTs generate enormous heat, and heat is the enemy of transmission fluid and belts. Tow anything heavy, drive aggressively, or even just sit in traffic, and you're cooking your transmission. The fluid breaks down, the belt slips, and suddenly you're dead on the side of the road. Subaru uses CVTs too, and while theirs are generally more reliable than Nissan's, they still fail at higher rates than traditional automatics. Honda's CVTs have had issues. Toyota's CVTs have had issues. The pattern is clear. Compare this to a traditional automatic transmission that can easily last 200,000 miles or more with basic maintenance. The fuel economy benefit of a CVT? Maybe 2 miles per gallon. Is that worth gambling on a transmission that might not make it to 100,000 miles? Absolutely not. Feature 8. Turbochargers on economy engines. Turbocharging small engines is the industry's solution to fuel economy regulations. Take a tiny engine, bolt on a turbo, and suddenly it makes power like a bigger engine while sipping fuel. Except it doesn't work like that in the real world. Here's the truth about these small turbocharged engines. They're stressed to their absolute limits. A 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine making 200 horsepower isn't engineering brilliance. It's a reliability disaster waiting to happen. Turbos run incredibly hot. They require premium cooling and absolutely religious oil change intervals. Miss one oil change, use cheap oil, or let your oil level get low, and you can destroy a turbo in minutes. Turbo replacement? $1,500 to $3,000, and that's if you catch it before it sends metal shavings through your entire engine. But the problems go deeper. These small displacement turbocharged engines suffer from carbon buildup on intake valves, especially when combined with direct injection. They have timing chain issues because the chains are undersized for the power output. They consume oil at alarming rates. Ford's EcoBoost engines have had coolant intrusion issues. VW's turbocharged engines have had turbo failures, carbon buildup, and timing chain problems. BMW's turbocharged engines? Don't even get me started on the reliability nightmares. Meanwhile, a naturally aspirated engine of the same power output will typically outlast these turbocharged mills by 50,000 to 100,000 miles. You're trading long-term reliability for marketing buzzwords and marginal efficiency gains. The naturally aspirated engine is becoming extinct, and we're all going to pay the price. Feature 9. Active grille shutters. Active grille shutters might be the most pointless complexity ever added to a vehicle. These are motorized vanes in your front grille that open and close to improve aerodynamics. The fuel economy benefit? About 0.1 miles per gallon. The failure rate? Shockingly high. Here's what happens. These shutters are made of cheap plastic. The actuator motors are even cheaper. They're mounted right behind your front grille where they're exposed to road salt, debris, rocks, and everything else your front bumper encounters. When they fail, and they will, you get a check engine light. Sometimes the shutters fail closed, causing your engine to overheat. Sometimes they fail open, costing you that precious 0.1 miles per gallon they were supposed to save. Either way, you're looking at $200 to $600 in repairs for a system that saves you maybe $10 a year in fuel. Ford F-150s, Chevy Silverados, Ram trucks, even luxury cars like BMWs and Audis, they all have issues with these things. Owner forums are filled with complaints about active grille shutter failures. It's become such a common problem that many owners just disconnect them entirely. Think about this. For decades, cars had a simple, fixed grille. It worked perfectly. Zero maintenance, zero failures. Then, engineers decided we needed motorized shutters to save a fraction of a percent in fuel economy. This is over-engineering at its absolute worst. It's adding complexity, cost, and failure points to solve a problem that didn't exist. And you're the one paying for it when they inevitably break. Feature 10. Auto-deploying door handles. Tesla made flush-mounted, auto-deploying door handles cool. Other luxury brands followed suit. And now we have door handles that can literally prevent you from entering your own vehicle. These handles sit flush with the door for aerodynamics. When you approach with your key fob, they're supposed to pop out automatically. Beautiful design. Terrible execution. In cold weather, these things freeze solid. Ice builds up in the mechanism, and suddenly you can't get into your car. Tesla owners in cold climates have become experts in de-icing their door handles. Some carry hair dryers. Some pour warm water on them. Some just beat on the door until something breaks free. This is not normal car ownership. But even in warm weather, these systems fail. The motors burn out, the sensors malfunction, the handles get stuck. And when they fail, replacement costs are absolutely insane. We're talking $300 to over $1,000 per handle for a door handle. Compare this to a traditional mechanical door handle. It costs maybe $50. It works in any weather condition. It requires zero motors, zero sensors, zero electronics. It lasts the entire life of the vehicle. You can operate it with gloves on, in the dark, in a blizzard. But no, we needed handles that retract for a 0.05 improvement in drag coefficient. We needed the futuristic aesthetic. And now you're standing in a parking lot in January, locked out of your $80,000 car because your door handle won't deploy. This is what happens when form takes priority over function, style over substance, and it's only going to get worse. Feature 11. Adaptive air suspension. Air suspension is the feature that turns affordable used luxury cars into absolute money pits. When it's working, it's amazing. Adjustable ride height, excellent comfort, improved handling. When it fails, and it will fail, you're looking at repair bills that exceed the value of the car. Here's how air suspension works. Instead of traditional springs, you have air-filled bags at each corner. A compressor maintains pressure, and sensors adjust the height and stiffness. It's complex, it's expensive, and it has more failure points than a politician's promise. The air springs develop leaks. Always. It's not if, it's when. Replacement cost? $400 to $800 per corner. And they rarely fail one at a time. The compressor burns out from overwork trying to maintain pressure in leaking bags. That's another $1,000 to $1,500. The sensors fail. The control modules fail. The air lines crack and leak. A fully functioning air suspension system on a 10-year-old luxury car is basically a unicorn. Range Rovers are notorious for this. Mercedes, BMW, Audi, they all have the same issues. Here's the math that should terrify you. A complete air suspension failure can cost $4,000 to $8,000 to repair properly. Meanwhile, a conventional coil spring and shock setup? Maybe $800 to $1,200 for all 4 corners, and those will last 150,000 miles easily. This is why you can buy a 10-year-old Range Rover for $15,000. Not because it's a bad vehicle, but because the next owner knows they're one air suspension failure away from a repair bill that costs more than the car. It's a luxury tax that never stops billing. Feature 12. Integrated infotainment and vehicle controls. This might be the scariest long-term reliability issue on this entire list. Modern cars are integrating critical vehicle functions into touchscreen infotainment systems. When that screen dies, you don't just lose your radio, you lose everything. Tesla integrated climate controls, safety settings, even the speedometer in some models into the main touchscreen. Ram trucks put transmission gear selection, climate, and the backup camera in their Uconnect screen. When these screens fail, your vehicle becomes partially or completely inoperable. I've seen Tesla Model S and Model X screens die, leaving owners without climate control, no backup camera, and no way to adjust vehicle settings. The replacement cost? $1,500 to $3,000 or more. And these aren't isolated incidents. Screen failures are becoming increasingly common as these vehicles age. Here's the nightmare scenario. It's 2035. Your 2025 model car's touchscreen dies. The manufacturer doesn't make that screen anymore. The software is obsolete. Third-party replacement screens don't exist because everything is proprietary and locked down. Your car is now e-waste. This is fundamentally different from older infotainment systems. If your 2010 car's radio died, you lost the radio. Everything else worked fine. Now, screen failure can disable your backup camera, which is federally mandated. It can disable climate control. It can lock you out of safety features. Physical buttons, knobs, and separate gauges last decades. They're repairable. They're replaceable. A touchscreen is a single point of failure that controls your entire vehicle. When it goes, everything goes. This is planned obsolescence on a scale we've never seen before, and it's going to create mountains of otherwise functional vehicles that are rendered useless by failed screens. Feature 13. Electronic water pumps. The water pump is one of the simplest, most reliable components in a traditional engine. It's driven by the serpentine belt. It circulates coolant, and it lasts 100,000 miles or more with zero drama. So naturally, engineers decided to make it electronic. Electronic water pumps are controlled by the engine computer for on-demand cooling. They promise better efficiency and precise temperature control. What they deliver is unexpected failures and roadside breakdowns. Here's the problem. When a traditional belt-driven water pump starts to fail, you get warning signs. You hear squealing. You see small coolant leaks. You have time to address it before catastrophic failure. Electronic water pumps fail suddenly and without warning. One moment you're driving normally. The next moment, your pump quits. Your engine overheats and you're stranded. If you don't shut down immediately, you can warp heads, blow head gaskets, or destroy the entire engine. All because an electronic pump decided to quit. BMW is particularly notorious for electronic water pump failures. Owners report failures as early as 40,000 to 60,000 miles. Replacement cost? $400 to $1,200 depending on the model. And unlike a traditional pump that might last 150,000 miles, these electronic versions seem to have a built-in expiration date. The efficiency gains are marginal at best. We're talking theoretical improvements that you'll never notice in real-world driving. But the reliability penalty is huge. This is another perfect example of adding complexity and electronics to a simple mechanical system that already worked perfectly. The only winner here is the dealership service department. So there you have it. 13 features that look incredible on the showroom floor, but turn into expensive nightmares the moment your warranty expires. So what's the solution? Do your research. Check reliability forums before you buy. Consider lower trim levels with fewer features. Sometimes the best feature is the one that isn't there because it can't break. Drop a comment and let me know which feature has burned you the worst. If this video saved you from making an expensive mistake, smash that subscribe button. And if you're currently dealing with any of these failures, you have my sympathy and my thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of cars, simple is usually better.